Hi everyone, it's your Simmer. Good morning. So I am just going to finish feeding the chickens here. There we go. Alright, so the light was on because I had to feed them late last night. So at this point they're down to 900. Slowly moving up. We don't have any additional chickens. 233 eggs, so they're definitely not doing a ton here. Alright, so I've done a little bit of research, and I've come up with another production I can do that is going to help generate money. And again, it's like the greenhouses, where I can just go ahead and give it water, but I'm just not quite sure. I'm worried it's going to be a mess on the farm a little bit here, but we will see how it all plays out. It's selling maple syrup, and it seems like a pretty nice thing to do, certainly in a forested area. Now the problem is I need to plant a grove of maple trees, and I'm just not quite sure where I want to do that. Here might be good, because if I can do something where I don't have to take out too many trees, it'll just go a little quicker. But let me just take a quick look. Alright, so you can see I'm right here, so it looks like I can go quite a ways and cut things. And obviously, you know, the challenge too is the more, I mean, this isn't flat, it looks flat when you walk on it, but I don't think it's as flat as it looks. But I'm hoping if I get rid of these two, I'm going to start with that, and I'm just going to see if I get lucky, and that's big enough. I don't think it will be. I think I'm going to have to get rid of a few more. And that might actually be okay, because I need, it's about 16,000 to put that maple tree group in here, and then we'll be able to just have it sell maple syrup, and it'll just help with additional funding. So I'm going to go ahead, do my least favorite task. I'll see what everything looks like once I'm done. So we'll get these two done. I'll take a peek and see if I can do it. If not, I'll take out a few more, but anyway, I'll see you once I'm ready to place the maple grove. See you in a bit. Alright, so this was a pretty ugly path here, but we'll see what this all comes out to be. Let's see, 11,000 and 14,981. So I'm very, very close. Alright, so I've sat around a bit and just was hoping, because the strawberries are kind of, you know, sometimes it's like 100 an hour, but even so, I know I'm going to have more landscaping issues and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fertilize. And then I'm going to go ahead and just move into the next day, and maybe by then I'll have enough, after letting everything go overnight, to be able to go ahead and get the maple in. Taking a peek, it looks like it'll fit with what I did, so I would prefer not to take out more trees right now, because at this point I don't know that there's a whole lot of benefit of doing that. I think I missed a little bit on the other end. So I think I'm going to have to do something there. Am I really not going to reach? No, I think I'll be okay. It's like, am I not going to reach the top of the field? But nope, I am. So this spreader is quite nice from that regard. And this will actually probably work if I just go this way. And there we go. I think I'm good. I'll go take a peek again, make sure it's dark, as it should be. Looks like I might have missed a tiny bit there. There we go. That is now taken care of. And yeah, you'll notice the seeds are gone. I have, in fact, completely gotten that done. So all of that is in the seeder. And at this point, I'll just start spreading, because there's that little bit that sticks out. And yeah, this looks like it worked out quite nicely, actually. So there we go. 10 minutes later, we're done. We are fertilized. Just double check. We are, in fact, fully fertilized. But my intent there is, if I can have several things working together, you know, the goal is to get to the point where I'm really starting to just kind of generate money, and then I can continue to make decisions on the farm and just really grow it. So at this point, this is where I took the tree out. It's going to be really close if it doesn't fit. So at best, I probably have to take out one more tree. And I may not have enough money in the morning, because it is, I mean, it's only 2 p.m. now. But the most important thing is we're 100% fertilized. We've got a yield bonus of 95%. I'd still have to be here for 4 months, so I may just go a couple days, and then I should have enough to plant this and go. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm still trying to clear out space. I've gone ahead and I've relocated the cell point from near the sawmill over here to the edge of my land. Because there's really not a point to be driving across the whole map just to haul logs away if it's a different sell point anyway. So trying to get enough money at 22,000, it still wasn't enough. It's still telling me not enough money, so I'll keep removing trees. Alright, I think I'm gonna put this here. We've got ourselves a maple syrup farm that didn't totally do anything too crazy. It's still pretty close to the saw point, but you know, as expected, because of the difference in elevation here and how steep this Rusu forest terrain is, we've just got some realities that are a little challenging, and maybe, you know, I'll do some cleanup later or something just to make that a little bit better, but I did think there's a limit to what can be done. So in the process of clearing out enough space, I had to take out some more trees. It certainly is nicer, given the location. Yeah, pulling water in here is going to be a bit of fun. I mean, I can get it in from here, but then I'm going to have to, like, go around the turn. Like I said, I'll have to figure out what I've got going on. Alright, so I've gone ahead and moved forward a bit. Just into the next morning, frankly, because I forgot to record as I was talking before I ended the other day. But we're still not ready for soybeans, but we've got a working maple syrup farm, and I've done some work to make it look a little more realistic. There's still some sharp edges around over there that I couldn't really deal with, but at least I can get up here reasonably. I've got, you know, a good hill here. I couldn't really do much beyond that, so there's some areas I can't really touch. Just it's not letting me do it with the landscaping tool. but overall doing pretty well. So you can see basically maple syrup, 2 waters produces 1 liter of maple syrup. So along with the strawberries, I've now got 2 productions that are operating on the farm. So I'm pretty happy with the progress. So I'm definitely going to wrap this up at this point. And having moved that wood cell point nearby definitely also creates a situation that makes it a lot more palatable to take out some trees. So as we continue to expand over time, at least it's not going to take all day to run things over to the sawmill to get 3 or 4 trees sold, because it takes me 2 hours to make the round trip because of how challenging it is to get over there with the tractor. So I think we're in much better shape with that regard. Still thinking it's you know, realistic. It's not as if or reasonable at least. You know, I've did purchase the sell point, you know, and sold the one I had placed before at a lower cost. So all in all, we simply relocated something that's available to us and just trying to continue to make progress. So it's still going to be a couple months till we're going to be able to harvest the soybeans, but in the interim we're going to be making some money. So if you remember, we were at like 24,700 mid-afternoon yesterday, and so you can see what we're looking at with the maple syrup added into the mix now. We've made about $2,000 in about 2/3 of a day, so we might be making about $3,000 a day just from our productions, and that seems reasonable. I don't know that putting any kind of generators in makes a lot more sense beyond that, but obviously the goal is to still continue to constantly grow if I can, and so that opportunity came about as I was looking around. I may come across some other interesting productions, but you know, definitely not trying to grab anything that creates a windfall of money just by passively sitting there. So this at least seems to make a little bit of sense, and obviously it cost me, you know, $38,000 to put that in, so it's going to take a year or two to just even make up the cost of putting that in. But that's enough at this point, and I will see you next time.